Okay, chat. I've been doing a lot of cooking with a lot of decks that I have previously played in the past, and that have this sort of community consensus about how they're supposed to be built and supposed to be played. One of them that I have been talking about a lot in various streams, so a lot of you that are here right now on Twitch, which I also stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/peepsygo, stop by sometime. I do a lot of streams like this now. But if you have been in streams like this before, you've probably seen me talking about Shark already. The issue I've had with Shark historically is that it is playing a lot of cards that you fundamentally do not want to draw. Right? You're playing Drake Shark, or, well, I guess that card's relatively new, but you're playing like the armor cards, like XYZ Remora, you know, a lot of cards that are very good if your combo is already resolving, or if you haven't drawn them. But a lot of Tuna, yeah, Tuna is another one that's like a really, I mean, yeah, it's a starter and it gets you to your good starters, but it's also just like very weak to like Ash Blossom. It means you'd like take a water off the board, whatever. There's a lot of problems with how, like, the quality of Shark cards. And I just want to be careful here, because when I talk about this deck, I'm going to talk about how I feel that this list improves a lot of the problems that existing Shark lists have already had. I don't mean that to say that I am a better deck builder than everybody that has played Shark before, okay? That's not what I want to say. I don't mean that. What I'm trying to get at is that I think the previous way that Shark was played involves a lot of bricks in the deck, right? And a lot of cards that have come out, like, recently, right? You know, a lot of cards, like Drake Shark, right? That'll be included in the deck. And then you just get these deck lists that are a lot of one-ofs that you just don't want to draw. And then you look at a Hypergeometric Calculator and you put like 7 out of 40. I think that's over like a 60% chance that you're going to see at least one of those cards in your opening hand. And I just don't think that's realistic at an 8-round event to, you know, try to dodge all of those bad draws in your deck, right? It's also very telling, I think, or it's also very like something to really investigate, is that Shark has seen less competitive success in the release of Surfacing Big Jaws than it has prior to Surfacing Big Jaws coming out in a format that has like arguably stronger decks than we have now, right? So I really wanted to spend time on this deck, looking at what it can, or looking at what it should do, rather than what it can do, right? I want to consistently make a board that might be lower to the ground, but still puts up relevant interruption in the current format. As you can see, there's no Remora, there's no XYZ armor cards, there's no Drake Shark in this deck. The bricks that I have decided to land on in this deck are XYZ Revive Splash and Virtue Stream. I think these cards are very good, very easily accessible within the engine, and also provide a lot of benefit that the other bricks don't provide. And when I say bricks, I don't mean like your engine is turned off by drawing them. It's just cards that you don't want to see in your opening hand, cards that you would rather be searching, right? So let's talk about XYZ Revive Splash. The thing with this card is that not only is it good if you are able to send it in deck, but it's also relevant if you draw it, and I'll talk about why that is. But when you send it, there's a lot of cool things you can do with this card. As you see in my extra deck, you see a Wave King Caesar. There's Nash Knight with 2 101, because you are able to resolve the Nash Knight twice if you play 2 of the 101. There's, you know, obviously there's Dweller and stuff in here too. But the great thing about Revive Splash is that it's a trap card that has the effect to XYZ on top of a Water XYZ you control. So hypothetically, if I end my board with Abyss Dweller in graveyard Abyss Dweller on field with Revive Splash in grave, I can activate Abyss Dweller. My opponent might activate Forbidden Droplet to try and dodge the Abyss Dweller, and then I can chain the Revive Splash to XYZ Nash Knight on top of the Dweller, thereby dodging the Droplet. You know what I mean? So this card just has a lot of very cool utility. If you don't draw it, you can always send it with the Hydrojet Shark to just get that extra interruption if you don't want to use it to, like, you know, hold it for your opponent's turn. So there's just a lot of cool things that you can do with this card. I think this is just a fundamentally better card to go for in Engine, rather than the armor cards that just aren't great if you draw them. And then Virtue Stream is also just nuts. I think this card's really good. If Kragan plus this is on your end board, that's 3 interruptions because you have the Kragan pop, which you'll do first. You'll have the Virtue Stream pop. You'll pop a Kragan and 2 cards they control, which will cause the Kragan to float into 2 spawns. And then the Virtue Stream has an effect to, during your, well, you know, it's a quick effect because it's Trap Engrave. You can banish it, target something the opponent controls, make it water, so one of your spawns can pop, even though it's not a water. I want to talk about Hydrojet Shark because this like concept of really changing how the deck works wouldn't work if it wasn't for this card. This card is very, very good. It really does what the deck needed. When this card got revealed, there was this joke about like, wow, the next level 4 water extender that summons from hand, that's gonna fix it, right? But truthfully, this does a lot of what those other level 4 water extenders that summon from hand don't do. If you look at something like Silent Angler, which I am still including in this deck, we'll talk about why. This just summons itself from hand. All it does is it's a body that gets itself on board, right? So this deck previously found itself in a position where a lot of the time you would summon Buzzsaw, it would get hand trapped, you would summon Angler, you would overlay into Bahamut Shark, try to make Toad, and like that was it. That was what you could do, you know? And then if you had the armor cards in deck, you could theoretically go for that, but then that also was, you know, based on the fact that you weren't drawing the armor cards, right? So now you can go, the beautiful thing about Buzzsaw is that because of Hydrojet Shark being here, Buzzsaw is now a 1-card combo that gets you into positive amounts of interaction. Instead of just going Buzzsaw for Toad, you can now go Buzzsaw for Hydrojet, make LaVirtue grab back the Hydrojet, and you can also get Virtue Stream, summon the Hydrojet, send Crystal Shark target the Hydrojet, make Kragan. So you get Kragan plus Virtue Stream off 1 Buzzsaw Shark, which is a positive amount of interaction rather than just like using 1 card to get 1 interaction, right? All right, so the reason I'm playing this one of still is if you are playing against your opponent and they have seen a hand which doesn't have a lot of non-engine, there's a lot of the time where you want to just get an extra extender to be able to put an extra piece on board, turn it into another interaction, which a lot of the time you can do. Like if you see a very engine-dense hand and you're going first into a limited amount of non-engine, playing this one of Silent Angler does just make your board that little bit stronger. So I think it merits the inclusion here. Aquajet Surface, I love this card. This card is surprisingly good. I'm a big fan. If you see Hydrojet Shark plus Aquajet Surface, you can send like Buzzsaw off the Hydrojet and then use Aquajet to reborn it, and then you have a spell activation. So if you've also seen Surfacing Big Jaws, you can special it from hand that way. There's just a lot that I think this card does that people kind of skipped over. To their credit, we didn't have Hydrojet Shark out at that point, so this card was just sort of an unsearchable thing. But Hydrojet Shark searches it. Why can I not say this card's name? All this to say, I really wanted to make this deck as consistent as possible, which is why I'm playing Upstart. It also happens to be a spell that turns on Big Jaws, and I just wanted to punish hand traps. I wanted lots of non-engine and less bricks. That was the idea. So let's take it into ranked, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, a little bit of what I was afraid of. Never mind. I'm just so goated with it. Well, proving my point right off the bat, right? Thank you. Thank you. God, I'm so good. Now if they have Ash, that's a problem. The greedy thing is to get Abyss Shark. God, we love greed though, don't we? We love greed. Get Buzzsaw. The safest is Buzzsaw, but then how do I ever get Abyss Shark? That's the problem. Yeah, I'll get Buzzsaw. Yeah. Hey, I was right. Okay, let's figure out what we want to do here. We could go Bahamut into Lavirtue. Lavirtue, grab... we can go Bahamut into Lavirtue, grab Virtue Stream. Let's do that. Yeah. I've already normaled. So I guess it doesn't matter what I get. I'll just do this. Okay, bro. Well, in that case, I can't detach to add something back, so we might just get Toad. Yeah, I'll just do Toad. I'll just do Toad. And then we'll upstart here. Yeah, that's not great. Okay. Yeah, sure. All right, 2 negates into 3 cards. Hope it works. Easy. Look at this. That is that shit that I like to fucking see, bro. Do I have to? Because I have this. What are they even searching? Drill beam? Oh, they'll drill beam the evenly. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I forgot. Huh? No. I will save. Oh, this actually. This seems like what I want to be doing. Yeah. That seems like a very good thing to get rid of. I ain't gonna lie to you, chat. That seemed like a very good thing to hit. Yeah, sure, bro. Oh, set more. I mean, God, am I just a god gamer? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, boy. I'm sorry to tell this to you, little bro, but oh. Okay, that's a little true and real. That's okay. I'm okay with that. What? Oh, they didn't have a normal engrave. That's right. Okay, come on, deck. Now here's the problem. If he uses this, then it'll pop the buzzsaw, which will... I mean, I have to, right? Like, there's no... I can't just not do it. But then what would I even draw into? Well, whatever. Whatever. I'll just do it. That is interesting. If they ash this, that will negate the buzzsaw. What's the play? I can't do anything with the Metal Zoa. I will let the Ash resolve. And then I will draw 2. Yeah, that's fine. Welp. Yeah, that's pretty tough. That is the one problem with this card. Called by and standby, then Perulia and standby. Probably. That guarantees me a turn, right? I don't know what happened. I guess they left. Well, that sucks. I kind of wanted to play this one out. They probably could have made it to game 3 here. Damn. Alright, well. Oh well. I will be improving this. Okay. Yeah. I was worried about that. Yeah, sometimes you play bricks and you draw them. Oh, looks like they're dealing with the same problem. All right, I just need one of the 12 cards. One of the 12, baby. Let me see one of the 12. Just insane. Just insane. One of 12 cards, ladies and gentlemen. One of 12 cards is all I need to see. That's right, everybody. One of 12. Even Perulia would do it. Thank you, bro. Oh my fucking god. Normal. Yeah, that's fine. Shouldn't be on 2 of the penis hydrojet? No, this card is insane. Sorry, the card is very good. I would be on 3 of it if I could. That's a normal summon monster, right? I don't think I care about that. Okay. I would have impermed that. Why? He just, yeah, they just negged a Gorillion. Like, who cares? Now they're locked out of Fiendsmith. Sure. So there's Impulse here to negate a Fiendsmith card. Detonator. They're outing this either way. Do I want to do that? Sure. Insanely goated. What do you even have, dude? Imagine how funny it would be to utopic future this. That's true. That's a good game, good sir. Sure. You have lost the game. We'll get Abyss Shark. We'll go Bahamut. Bahamut Shark effect. We'll detach surfacing. We'll summon LaVirtue. Activate LaVirtue. Get Virtue Stream. We'll go LaVirtue effect. We'll detach the Crystal Shark. We'll detach the Crystal Shark to add back the surfacing. We go activate Abyss Shark. Add Hydrojet. Activate Hydrojet. Well, it doesn't activate. Use Hydrojet to send Splash to make Nash. Oh, actually, I could 101 this. That seems pretty good. I don't think I need to make this, though. I can just 101 this guy, right? Yeah, let's just do that. Yoink. Okay. Insane hand. Just an insane hand. Woo, that's a pretty weak start there, bud. Sword normal? Yeah, I love seeing sword normal. Oh my god. Yeah, baby, that's that shit that I fucking love to see, bro. Yes, dude. Sword normal? Yep. Oh no. Oh no. Not Solemn Strike. Okay, note to self. Abyss Shark first before Buzzsaw. Alright, note to self. Oh, that's that shit I also love to see, bro. Yeah, bro. Never punished for talking all that good shit. Chat, do I activate this? I think if I activate this, I lose. I don't think I can activate this. No, I lose. I'm literally not gonna do it. I'm literally not doing it. Revy is so funny. You was talking all that good shit, huh? Droll's fine here. I actually don't give a fuck about Droll. Oh, chat, what do we do? We can make Kragan. We can go Kragan. If you don't do it and they strike Abyss, no, then Buzzsaw can run over the sword. That is very much so not the same result. I kind of want to do Nash Knight, actually. I feel like if I do Nash Knight, that might be pretty good, because Nash Knight's a steal. Did we keep in stream? No, we didn't. I'm gonna do... yeah, I'm gonna do Nash here. Yeah, I knew it! I knew it! I fucking knew it! I fucking knew it, chat. I fucking knew it. God. All right, well, it's just imperm. Oh. Oh, yeah. Why did this not activate? Oh, because droll. Duh. Droll. My bad. Okay, droll. Yeah. Is this guy on pure? I don't know what this guy's on. They're on Sword Ryziel Control is what they're on. I mean, I gotta imperm this, right? I'm just gonna do it. No shot that, like, they wouldn't have held this. Battle? What do you mean battle? Evenly, bro? Oh, interesting. Okay. Please let me resolve a card. You have got to be fucking with me, dude. Can I resolve one card? Thank you. All right, we'll get this. All right, bro, fuck it. You're dead this time. We gotta play around Nib, right? No, this beats Nib. Go battle? Pfft, would I ever? Wait, should I just go battle? Can this attack? What is it? 3? Yeah, okay, battle. Damn, that felt good. And I am back once again talking about a deck that I took to locals. So this is the shark list that I played. I ended up taking this in paper to the local that I have been going to pretty much every week, and I ended at another 3-1 finish. And it's so frustrating because, you know, as much as I would like to say that I took it and went 4-0, so close. The match that I lost was round 3 against Mitsurugi Ryziel, but I ended up playing against Malice once, Pure Ryziel in the second round, Mitsurugi Ryziel in the third, and then against the White Forest Azamina deck. This list, honestly, it shocked me. With the Earth Machine deck I had talked about previously, it went 3-1, and it kind of felt like it was a 3-1 kind of deck, if you know what I mean. But this one, honest to God, I felt so in control and able to win my games every time. I don't want to make it seem like this deck is some sleeper rogue pick for a Ryziel Malice format. It definitely has weaknesses, don't get me wrong. But it really did feel quite good. I honestly was really impressed. Not like impressed with my deck building about it. I mean, I'm happy with how I built it, but I was impressed with how these cards operate. It just felt really good, and I guess I'll discuss that a bit. First of all, I loved not bricking on the armor stuff. The fact that the armor cards aren't in here felt amazing. Like, I never was drawing into cards that just felt just unabashedly bad to have in my hand. You could argue that, like, the Xyz Revive Splash being there could be bad, or the Virtue Stream could be bad, but the Revive Splash being in hand, being able to ditch it off the Utopic Ray Lancer and then Xyz with it in the same turn, oh man, that felt great. Like, sure, it's a trap card, so it's just, like, worse to draw going second, but if you have another hand traps with it and you have Engine, having this as a play you can do feels phenomenal. So I guess the only change, because this is something I do want to discuss, cut the Caesar, throw in the second Kraken. That's it. This list has the capacity to make an insane board or play super low to the ground with just Kragan. And I was able to take a game off the Mitsurugi Raizio player just by the fact that my Kragan floated into the spawns. When I kept the Raizio engine off cross and they were mainly playing with the Mitsurugi cards, it was super tough for them to out the Kragan to Stealth Kragan spawn floating. So that felt really good. The boards that you make with just Bahamut, or just Buzzsaw, I should say, which with this list, if you have just Buzzsaw and no other engine, it makes Kragan plus Virtue Stream, which feels phenomenal. Even though that's a very, it's just 3 interactions pretty much. It feels great. It really does impress me. I can't say it enough. I know it probably seems weird because this deck hasn't done anything competitively in a while now, but it feels super good. So some things to discuss here that are probably a little bit weird to people. The Fishborg Harpooner, this is just in here as another way. It's a searchable way to get the extra normals out of my hand. Like, there were a couple times where I would have both Buzzsaw and Surfacing Big Jaws in my hand. You could use a Bishark to search for the Harpooner and then use the Harpooner to get that Surfacing Big Jaws out of the hand if you hadn't activated a spell yet. That's something that came up a couple times. You could do that with Beautiful Princess as well. So this card is not great, and it is definitely going to get replaced by the 7th Tachyon stuff when that comes out in Maze. So look forward to that, because this deck just gets better when that stuff comes out. I think the other thing I should talk about is Foolish Burial. This card was a little bit weird. It's very conceptual when I put it in. But the idea with this is that Foolish Burial could send Hydrojet Shark, which could get you access to your Aquajet Surface. It could also send Crystal Shark if you wanted to get an extender that way, and it was a spell that could turn on Surfacing Big Jaws if I had it. So it never came up, unfortunately. I never actually drew it throughout the whole 4 rounds of the event, which was very interesting. I really do think that it's worth including in the deck still. I think it does have a lot of flexible extension that it could provide you, and the fact that it's a spell is pretty huge. I guess the next thing I should talk about is this card worth it? Is Revive Splash worth it? 100%. This card just blew my mind. It was so good. The way it performed, whenever I was weaving it into the combos, felt so strong. The way it makes it so you can get into your Abyss Dwellers more frequently. You can use a Lavirtue that has no materials to go into a Bahamut to make another Toad. You can ditch it from hand to go into Utopic Ray Lancer, and then you can immediately use that trap to go into Nash Knight if you draw it. It's just everything that this card does feels so good whether you've drawn it or not. Of course, if you draw it, you need engine in order to make it work. I won't deny the fact that that is a big part of this card, but that's its only downside. Anytime this card is live, it felt phenomenal. Biggest thing I was doing to catch people off guard was activating Abyss Dweller. This only happened once, of course. It was only a 4-round event. It's a very niche interaction, but I activated Abyss Dweller's effect in the standby phase to turn off the graveyard. They went Forbidden Droplet, pitch a monster to turn off the Abyss Shark, and then I went Revive Splash and Grave to summon Nash Knight on top of the Abyss Shark to protect it. So it was just a phenomenal card. It was very, very good. I know it's going to look weird to people that I'm not playing the armor cards, but give it a shot. Seriously, try something like this. I'm not saying you have to play my exact list, but this Revive Splash stuff, I seriously, from the bottom of my heart, I was surprised too. It was really, really good the way it performed. In terms of if you don't have the Charmies or Impulse, I can say that you can play this without Impulse. You can do Veiler instead. In fact, there were actually a couple times where Veiler would have been better. I think Perulia in main was way too good. Being able to normal it as a water to have a Bishark live came up a couple times. It's just if you don't have the right engine pieces, but you do have Perulia, you can use it that way, and it really does help. Being able to pitch it and then summon it off of Aquajet Surface was pretty cool. I think, unfortunately, you do kind of need this card in this deck to really bring it to its maximum potential, in my opinion. I won't lie, though. Impulse was very good. It's just a couple games I felt like Veiler could have been better. but this card is pretty strong right now. So Virtue Stream was just another phenomenal card too. I know it is kind of one of those bricky cards that doesn't really add to your hand when you're getting hand trapped and don't have a lot of engine, but it is an end board piece that's pretty good. There was a game where my Buzzsaw got hand trapped. I said Virtue Stream, popped 2, and then they went for a Fiendsmith line, and then I Virtue Stream turned it to water, and they couldn't keep going the turn, and then I got lucky and top decked Surfacing Big Jaws for next turn. So, it's just, these cards are really good. I guess other things that came up were Nash Knight was phenomenal. This card was very strong. The idea with playing the Caesar was if I was ending on Nash Knight and it got dropleted or impermed or something, I could use the Revive Splash Engrave to turn it into a Caesar to get more interactions online, but that just never came up. And frequently I was using the Revive Splash Engrave to turn rank 4s I had into the Nash Knight. And wow, having the 2 targets did come up a couple times actually. This card's good. It's just a very good card. It's huge. It's 2700 defense. It's hard to out, and its effect is very, very strong. Non-targeting attaching removal is a really unique style of removal that I'm not sure that any other cards have. Well, there are probably some that I can't think of, but it's just a nice removal. I liked Evenly in the side too. Strike definitely felt like a good going first card as well. So thinking about other changes, maybe instead of the Thrust, I would just play more copies of Talent. That is another thing. Like maybe the Foolish. If I decide that it's not really necessary, I just bump down the Thrust and the Foolish and play 3 copies of Talent. Because there are a lot of things you could draw into in this deck that are very good extenders. But yeah, I don't know. I'm impressed with it. I will probably keep playing this. Topping a YCS? Probably not. It's a lot of what I play in this sort of series, I suppose, is gonna have that opinion. But maybe. I think this could do it. With a very small chance, I should say. But it is pretty good. I will give it credit that this deck actually does feel pretty decent when it works and your cards are resolving. And it does have line through hand traps too. So I don't know. It maybe. Topping a regional, definitely. Like 100%. I think, maybe I'll even do that. I have practiced this deck a lot. I've put a lot of faith and thought into its lines. Definitely an option for me right now. It has its weaknesses, but I do think it's quite good. All this to say, give it a shot. Try not playing the armor cards. I promise. I know Dark Knight Valiant Lancer, whatever his name is super cool, but you can make smaller end boards with a more consistent main deck, and it can work. It can work, I promise you. Peace out. I will see you in the next one of these I do. Probably Mimigoul is the next one. See ya.